Spanning over 70 miles of spectacular beaches, it's always cool on Florida's Space Coast.
The Space Coast is amazing. The weather is phenomenal.
Surfing it sounds cliche, but it's definitely a way of life.
One weekend I'm surfing, the next I'm catching 40-inch redfish, and then we've got these killer restaurants.
The food is unbelievable.
A great seafood dinner, a great walk on the beach is just the best time you can have.
Whether you're looking for that massive adventure or the ultimate place to chill out, the incredible collection of towns has you covered.
The Space Center's right here. They've kicked that up, and that is awesome.
The Space Coast is exciting, not just because of the rocket launches, but because of the sports that we have here, the music we have here, the entertainment, the restaurants. Anything you can think of that you might want is right here.
And at every stop, look for astronomically good food at out-of-this-world restaurants. Here on Florida's Space Coast. Let's check out Fat Kahuna's to find out what all the locals are raving about. This spot really is a little slice of aloha, where the locals gather and enjoy superb dishes crafted by a guy who's equal parts chef and surfer, Dewey Silderstrom.
Cocoa Beach is just all about the surf vibe. We're sitting right in the middle of Main Street. The beach is about 40 feet away. Everything's about having fun, and from the day one of starting this restaurant, I said, it's all about having fun, and if we're not having fun, we're not gonna do it.
They have amazing food here, and you better come with an appetite.
All the fresh seafood comes in through the port, and that's where it's all distributed. So restaurants like this especially get first pick at it, and I mean, it shows through.
First of all, I lived in Hawaii for 15 years. I'm a surfer, and I was traveling all over the world before I had my family and my kids and everything. Peru and Costa Rica, Java, Bali, you know, some real exotic spots. But I'm a foodie, and so everywhere I went, I wrote down little recipes, or how they did it. You know, everybody has the same ingredients. Sometimes it comes down to the actual technique that you're using has a lot to do with it. Everyone tells me we have the best seared tuna in the world. We put black sesame seeds on top, and then we sear it in olive oil, rare. And then we have my secret wasabi aioli. It has a secret ingredient in there. And we do put that on there, and we dress it up, and we have some wasabi peas. The Royal Hawaiian Burger, we fry up an egg, and we just fry it real ugly. 2 1-pound patties, country cut applewood bacon. I put the onion ring on. We fill it with sauteed garlic mushrooms, of course. To me, that would, you know, you could stick a fork in it after that.
Hospitality and truly inspired cuisine just minutes from the ocean. Cocoa Beach has a long history of surfing as the home of champion wave catchers like Kelly Slater and the Hobgood family. We joined CJ over oysters and beers at Rusty's Seafood and Oyster Bar, a Space Coast institution. All right, tell me, so you're how old are you?
I'm 37 years
And
old.
you retired.
Yes.
You're retired.
Well, that's the thing, you know, like, how do you retire from living the best lifestyle in the world? Definitely not the easiest thing to do, but yeah, my kids kept getting older. I got 3 girls, 11, 10, and 3, and I kept doing the same thing, and it broke my heart. I had to come home to them, man.
What's great about raising a family at Florida Space Coast? I'm having some oysters, by the way. Yeah?
Get into it, man. I feel like with all the opportunities that I was given, it gave me the best chance to succeed, and I feel like this area will do the same for my kids.
What about the food around this area? Fresh seafood everywhere you go.
That's the best thing. And you know, another thing about being a surfer from here is there's not waves every day, so you have to be pretty proficient in the ocean, whether it's diving or fishing or just all those things, right, man. And we just get it all out here.
The culture is around the water regardless.
Oh, yeah.
There's no place better than Cocoa Beach in my mind. I'm not leaving here. I would never leave here. The Fisher family started in Port Canaveral in the early 40s. We opened a restaurant in Cocoa Beach called Bernard Surf in 1948, which hosted astronauts and celebrities. It was basically the first restaurant in Cocoa Beach. The original Rusty's was opened in 1987. The same location as Bernard Surf. And then we opened this in 1992. It's a family-oriented community, and it's just a laid-back lifestyle.
When you're at the success you had, it feels like everybody in this whole, like 70 miles of beach, everybody's rooting for you.
It's always the people, man. It's a community sort of vibe. And then just to see these people, you know, obviously in front of me was Kelly Slater,
Right.
and see them achieve.
And grow up in a place like this and have that kind of success, that really is living the dream.
Even the better part is we've made it, and all we want to do is get back. I think that says a lot.
Big man, thanks for hosting us. This is a killer place to visit and a killer place to live.
Hey, man.
And these are-
Hey, you got some work to do, bro.
Don't worry, I'm a professional.
All right, let me get into some of these guys here.
3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
With a view here at Rusty's of the launch for NASA, you never know who you might run into. From the wave catchers to the spacewalkers, you might just be sitting next to an American hero like Winston Scott.
I think I've always excelled in eating. Yeah. Growing up, I excelled in lunch. So. Flew 2 space shuttle missions, 9 days on the shuttle Endeavour, and then 16 days on the space shuttle Columbia. To walk in space is unlike anything you can imagine. You go around the Earth every 90 minutes, so you've got 45 minutes on the light side of the Earth, and it's very hot, followed by 45 minutes on the dark side of the Earth, which is extremely cold, over and over and over again. And the suit attempts to maintain the body temperature, but because the temperature swings are so extreme, you can feel the difference in temperature as you go around the Earth. No words to adequately describe what it's like, just an amazing experience.
Hey, we're a food show, so I gotta ask, what's the food like in space?
The foods are some of the same things we have here, but they're prepared differently. For example, if you wanted to have scrambled eggs for breakfast, you would take out the scrambled egg packet. You have to reinsert the water from a rehydration station. Let it permeate the eggs and they expand, and lo and behold, they look like what they're supposed to be. And when you eat them, they taste like what they're supposed to be.
That sounds a little complicated. How about a nice catch of the day back here on Earth?
I am a fish consumer. I neither catch nor cook, I just eat. It's just a great variety of food here on the Space Coast, from the chain places to the local exclusive restaurants. They're all really, really good.
Florida Space Coast has made fans of astronauts and surfers alike, but maybe nobody loves it here as much as hometown phenom, Women's World Cup soccer champ Ashlyn Harris. Usually busy signing autographs and denying shots on goal, here she's a fan of kicking back, relaxing, and tasting some food with a view, served up at Yellow Dog Cafe on the Indian River.
My nook is Satellite Beach. That's where I was born and raised. It's a very, very small beach town. It's actually, if you look across the water, it's just over there. No matter where I go, no matter where life takes me, I always find my way back. Scenery is everything here. That's why people come. You'll see a lot of patio vibes here. You'll see a lot of people outside.
We're so fortunate to live here and to have places like this where we can dine on the water. It's amazing. But the food is just as amazing as the views.
That's because Chef Stewart's in the kitchen, serving up his own version of comfort food with a twist.
You know, we want the flavors to be not just to get you on your taste buds, to get you back in here so you feel the food and you feel the taste.
Everything is so fresh here, so I'm kind of a snob now when it comes to seafood. Anywhere I travel, I'm like, how fresh is this? But that's the beauty of living on the water.
Yellow Dog's not just about seafood. They've got amazing meatloaf or even escargot. But make sure you leave plenty of room for dessert.
There's a lot of restaurants on the Space Coast owned by private individuals and just have a magnificent following and very bright, innovative chefs. It's just a really diverse place to dine.
And there's so much to see, and there's so many places to go. You won't regret it.
There's no shortage of mouthwatering food and show-stopping views at Florida Space Coast, and no culinary trip to the coast would be complete without talking seafood. And who better than a trifecta of hook, cook, and eat? Guys hanging out for the evening in one of Space Coast's classic restaurants, Dijon's, and catching a sunset on the nearby pier with fishing legend Captain Blair Wiggins. You love to catch them, I love to eat them, right?
Well, I love to eat them too.
All right.
Yeah, I do love to catch them.
17 years, one of the top-rated fishing show in the country, right?
The top-rated, most fun to watch, and because we do catch fish and we tell people how to cook them too.
First of all, is this what most nights look like around here?
Pretty much, yeah, especially this time of year, it's nice and cool out. You know, everybody always asks me why I never left to go fish anywhere, and we have all the fish in the world that either migrate up and down here. We got the space program, we have the National Wildlife Refuge up there. You just don't have to go too far to see basically all of Florida right here on the Space Coast.
So many places on the water, they're catching fresh fish. It seems like it's coming right literally to your plate.
No doubt.
Can I throw some rapid fire questions
Sure.
at you? First of all, what's the toughest fish to catch out there?
Toughest fish, I would say snook. They live underneath these mangroves, and a lot of times the boats they can't get shallow enough.
Folks are coming through Space Coast and they're going fishing. What's the most common fish they're catching?
Sea trout. All you got to do is go off almost any dock out here, you can catch a sea trout.
What's the best day you ever had on the water in terms of fishing?
Well, we don't have that much time.
Hey, thanks for hosting us here. I hope the fish are biting. And if you want to enjoy the view a bit longer, the patio at Dijon's makes for a perfect evening.
The patio area is very, very important. This is where people actually literally come here just to enjoy. Have a cocktail, sit around the fire pit, watch the sunset.
You can come and relax after a hard day of work.
Even after you eat, got the piano bar in the front. Real nice.
Which is where I'm hanging tonight. After getting a tour of the wine room with General Manager David Ness, we settle in at the bar and check out more great food.
The quality of the food the chef prepares is phenomenal. It stands out from many restaurants and cuisine in Brevard County, actually.
The steaks are amazing. You know, you cut into it, just the knife slides right through.
The seafood here is awesome. It's fresh right from at Port Canaveral, where a lot of the fishing fleet comes in, including scallops and shrimp, which is great.
Great food, great wine, and an amazing setting. Dijon's hits on all the right spots. I can't think of a better way to wrap up an amazing trip to the Space Coast. Space put this gorgeous slice of Florida coast on the map in the 60s, and it continues to attract attention with year-round launches and lots of opportunities to rub elbows with astronauts and surf champs alike. But what I found is a foodie paradise, with dining that manages to be laid back and sophisticated, top-notch chef-owned restaurants, and views that are spectacular. Space Coast, we have liftoff.